on Daf 13 of Shabbat, we get a crazy debate between Beit Hillel and Beit Shammai that went on for years, all around the question of should humanity have been created or not? Would it have been better if we were not created at all, or is it a good thing that we were created? And they debated back and forth for years. And at the end of those years, they took a vote to see what their opinion would be. And the majority of people said, you know what, it would have been better if we had never been created, which is a really wild concept. These are pretty religious guys. They're pretty orthodox people. Like, they kind of believe that, God is all good, that everything that God does is for a reason. Therefore, you'd think that the fact that we were created, well, that's evidence enough that it was a good thing, right? But no, they go the other direction, which is also so funny because they don't normally debate philosophy. They normally debate halacha, like you should do this in this circumstance or this in this circumstance. Why are we debating and having a vote on whether it's good for humanity to be created or not? It doesn't, with halacha, okay, we have to have one set of rules to govern us. So it makes sense that we count and we decide. We have little elections. We decide what our laws are going to be like. Just like in America, we have Congress. In Israel, we have the Knesset, where we take counts. We vote on what our laws should be. But to take a count on a vote on what philosophy should be, on whether or not it's a good thing that we were created, it seems like such a bizarre statement. It seems like such a bizarre thing to be debating. And the fact they decide that it would have been better for us not to be created, such a strange thing to say that God must have made a mistake. There must have been something wrong, and it was really not a good idea. But then from there, where do you go from there? You just decided that it's better that we weren't created. And where you go from there is to say, okay, so maybe it wasn't the wisest thing to create us, but now we've been created. And how are we going to make the best of our time here on the earth, even if, according to some, it would have been better if we weren't here to begin with?